Hi, my name is Sonal. This is going to be a very different talk. There are no APIs in there, no code, nothing. Has few slides, but I want to talk about from my prior experience of working on systems and LLM and NLP, what do I think is the future of autonomous apps? And I want to make sure here's my vision of future of autonomous apps. So it may, hopefully this is the one it is, but like we'll see how the future lands. Also, this is not the view of my employer or any of the previous employers. A little about me, just so that you can contextualize what's to come next. My background is an NLP researcher. I have a PhD from Stanford. I've done lots of language understanding, question answering, fine tuning. Human in the loop, before human in the loop was cool, as an alignment. Primarily worked on assistants. So I worked at Viv after graduating from Stanford. Viv was founded by CD founders, so it was like CD 2.0, and we were building a platform for assistants. And the idea was that all these apps are getting created, Alexa skills is getting created, people want to have an assistant, all different kinds of assistant, how do you bring them together into a platform? So that was Viv, and then after that I joined Facebook Assistant. I built a lot of first-party apps in Facebook Assistant, technology behind it, shipped it on different devices. More recently, I've been doing more multimodal Gen AI, so make a video was the work out of my team. So video generation from text and so on, back in the LLM and NLP world now. So I just want to talk about like what's wrong with current assistant products. So we have like Alexa, Google Assistant, and a zillion other things that happened and then died. And they used to have limited language capabilities. They do many things for the users, not as many things as we would like them to do, but they know little stuff. They don't know too much, apart from going to search and getting results. It used to be really manual task, so you will have intents and slots, and a lot of annotated data. So this is what I did a lot of time, is sitting down and annotating intents and slots and figuring things out. So anytime you want to combine two apps, you have to go and design it. How do you combine two apps together? Which means you have to design this ontology, you have to go get the data, then you have to train the model, then you have to ship the model. And the third-party ecosystems were really terrible. I would just say Alexa skills failed. I'm sorry, Alexa, any Amazon folks out here. And the reason was it's too cold. One was it was too onerous for people, either too onerous or too limited for people to be in that ecosystem. So what you could do is you can just you'll have an intent and then you sign up for that intent. And on the user side, it was too onerous for the users to choose what apps they want. And users don't want that to download to figure out what all the apps I want. The interfaces are also pretty basic interfaces. Either they're like CAD kind, it's all natural language, really not rich awkward, and too expensively designed if you want to do that. Please don't look at this and try to read this. This is an example of the annotated stuff that we did to train these kind of assistants if you want to do composition of apps. My eyes hurt when I look at it now. But one of the reasons why it moves so slow. Now, ChatGPT came. So what can ChatGPT do? It's a superb language capabilities and change how humans and a machine interact, and all in natural language. Amazing, amazing things. But it doesn't really do many things. And yes, plugins are there. We are trying to all use plugins and functions and so on. But they're clunky, and it's almost going down the same route of having a few things and users have to choose them. And in this one, I'm going to run classifier that then selects which plugin is it going to and so on. It's a centralized architecture. So my question to all of you and all the smart developers out here is let's assume you all build really, really smart AI agents and all autonomous apps. For the user experience, what's next? How are users gonna use all of your apps? Are they gonna go all to a different app to do each individual thing? How are they gonna get advantage of combining any of these things that you all are doing without going through onerous code writing process and API stitching process and so on? For example, if you wrote, find a coffee shop between John's and my house that's open after 4 p.m., it needs to call many different apps and so on. And yes, you can hard code this exact scenario and make it work, but it's not scalable. You again go to the same problem that you have to hire 5,000 people to go do this stuff. What's the 3P story over here? How do we not become Google Assistant third-party story or Alexa third-party story, any third party we can imagine in the assistant space, which was, as I mentioned, too hard to integrate, too hard for the users to decide. And here are my predictions, and maybe planting some seeds for brainstorming and discussion in all of you is, let's assume this ChatGPT is like invention of personal computer. Now a human and a machine are talking, so it's personal computer. What is the paradigm shift from a computer to an internet? How are these things getting interconnected and talk to each other? So first thing is, I think from a technical perspective, all of these agents are going to be more specialized, and maybe I shouldn't say this in the AGI house, but I do think that I'm a big believer in fine-tuning and making an agent really fine-tune on your data, make it really, really well, work on your task. Sometimes humans are specialized. We have some general intelligence, but we all know very different things. We are trained in different things. And I do believe the AI agents of the future would be specialized. So right now, we used to use prompt engineering to get unblocked, but I would say that if you could use how to fine-tune the models, that's even much better, because then you can make your app much more intelligent. It's going to be decentralized. In the future, all these apps and companies will have an AI agent. All of you are building AI agents. If there's one centralized place to do this, then again we'll run into the exact same problem. So we'll have to figure out how do we make this a little bit more decentralized. Obviously, it cannot be fully decentralized. There has to be still some guardrails against adversarial modes and so on. But if we want to be successful in actually integrating this into an internet, it will need to be decentralized. The third thing is rich interfaces. Natural language is a great unifier. It's amazing humans have developed natural language over thousands of years. It's a really good way to communicate. But we also have screens now. And so can we make use of the screens much better? One of my learnings from being in the assistant area for a very long time is that it's very good, natural language is good for certain things, especially if you're driving or something, but screens are even better for some other things. So if I have something on the screen, which I can generate, let's say UI I can generate with Gen AI now, it's much easier for me to tap on it than to speak to it. So it's going to be the interfaces are going to be more multimodal, not just language-based assistant. But now you don't have to go and design every single interface. You can go use Gen AI to generate these interfaces on the fly and improve them and so on. So here, that's it for me. Maybe hopefully that sparks some conversations around what's the future, where it is going. Thank you, and this is my email ID.